Hi there, sports fans. And this is PlayitRight TV, Kirito Henson in Manila, and Diane Castillejo in Hanoi, covering the Southeast Asian Games. We've got another live episode for you tonight, and we've got the latest updates from Diane. And she's just coming in from boxing, so it's very fresh news. How many boxers won today from the Philippines, and how many lost? Diane.
Okay, so in the semifinals of the boxing event here at the SEA Games, Ian Clark Bautista won his semifinals bout quite easily. So he's into the finals and in the gold medal fight. That's going to be on Sunday. And then we have the Irish Magno, also won today. So she also had a very dominating fight against the opponent from Indonesia. So she's in the finals, but unfortunately, Nesty Petercio lost to a Vietnamese. It was quite interesting, the scoring. I'm just going to say put it at that. And we had another male boxer, Marlon, who lost also. He was really beaten. So we had two boxers who made it to the finals today and then another two yesterday. So we have
Mhm.
four boxers in the finals here at the Southeast Asian Games. So we have a chance for four gold medals in boxing, but it's going to be tough because two of them have Vietnamese opponents.
Well, but at least that's good news. We have four in the finals. But the other good news about boxing is that we sent actually 10 fighters. One of them couldn't fight because her division was scrapped, but nine boxers all are coming home with medals. And that's a great thing.
Yeah, that's right. It was such a nice atmosphere actually in the boxing arena, Kinito. If we can show that video, it's very big venue, but when you're competing against the Vietnamese, the crowd is so loud and like even Ymir felt that maybe in the fight of Nesty that the judges were maybe influenced by the loud crowd cheering for the Vietnamese opponent, although she was quite tall. I felt that it was close in the first round. I felt that Nesty won the second round, but all the five judges gave it to the Vietnamese in the second round. And in the third round, Nesty was just looking for a knockout, but she didn't get it. And so that fight went to the Vietnamese. But she was a good sport, Nesty, and said she's going to be preparing na lang for the Asian Games next year, and hopefully also going to try to qualify for Paris Olympics. But Yumer Marshall was there, his wife Princess, Ed Pixon, Marcos Manalo. They were all cheering from the stands and trying to really support our athletes. So let's hope that we can win all four on Sunday.
Yeah,
What do you think,
Diane, we've
Kinito?
got footage here. We're showing some footage of the fight between Nesty Patecio and her Vietnamese opponent. Nesty is in the red, so she's a lot smaller than her opponent.
Yes.
But as we can see here, well, we're not hearing the sound, but there's a lot of cheering, as you mentioned, Diane. I actually
Yeah.
heard it here. We hear the sound right now. Let's listen in. So we've got the horns, we've got the crowd cheering, and as you said, maybe the judges were swayed. I thought in the small footage that we saw of that fight, the Vietnamese, the taller Vietnamese, appeared to have better of the exchanges. But then, I wasn't able to watch the whole fight. But just the same, four boxers in the finals. That's good news. And Rogen Ladon, a bit later on, Diane, you have an exclusive interview with Ladon, and we will be showing that later. But first things first, in our agenda today, number one topic is basketball. Philippines
Basketball,
4-0 going up against Malaysia tomorrow. And I'm not saying if, when we beat Malaysia, bukas na bukas po yan. And I will actually be doing the game off tube for TV.
nice.
Then we will play Indonesia for the gold medal on Sunday. And Diane, our women's basketball team is also undefeated. So we're in line for two gold medals in basketball.
Yeah, the basketball game versus Vietnam last night was so exciting, Kinito. I
Uh-huh.
came from the boxing and made it to the basketball stadium. It was like 1 hour away, but I arrived. It was third quarter. Not a single seat in the arena. The Vietnam crowd was going wild for every point made by Vietnam. Even if they were down by more than 20, even up to the last minute, they were
Yes.
still cheering. I mean, grabe yung support nila for their team. I take my hat off to them. But after the game,
Mhm.
they all became fans of Gilas, and they waited outside, and they waited outside for a long time and were cheering our players who were coming out of the stadium one by one. There's that, you're gonna see
Okay,
that
let's watch it
because
here.
the Philippines had a team.
Okay, we're seeing some video now. And as you were saying, Diane, the players were coming out. They were being mobbed, not just by the Filipino fans, but the Vietnamese fans. By the way, Junmar Fajardo,
Yeah.
averaging over 16 points a game. He is ranked number one in player efficiency in the entire basketball competition. And there he is, the gentle giant, the Kraken, Junmar Fajardo himself. And Diane, um, and that's Matthew Wright. We're seeing now on your screens. And as I mentioned, I
Yeah.
don't see too many Filipino fans going towards our players. Those are now I see some Filipino fans, but mostly Vietnamese fans. I think they really appreciate Philippine style basketball. Here's Coach Shot Reyes right there,
Yeah,
and
taking
Coach Shot,
video,
of course,
taking a
looks
selfie
ecstatic.
video.
Yeah. Now, Diane, were you able to speak with Coach Shot and some of the players, perhaps?
Yes, I was able to talk to Coach Chot after the
Yes.
game, and he said he was so relieved that we had won, and they had prepared for the madness that they expected in terms of the crowd support for Vietnam, and he's glad that his players stayed composed, and they're so happy about the rest day today because medyo bugbog na sila. They've been playing 4 days in a row, very intense, Kinito. So he's gonna today they did some recovery and then gonna get back in shape for the Malaysia game tomorrow and Indonesia on Sunday. But also, I also spoke to Junmar and 30 and Kiefer and the other players talking about the Vietnam crowd that was so wild for their team. The Filipinos came in full force for Gilas,
Really?
and you could really see there were two groups, one on each side. Of course, outnumbered ng mga Vietnamese, but wow, they came out, and you can see the players were so thankful and so ganado because of the two groups of Filipinos who came. Most of them are teachers here, and some of them are factory workers. But yesterday, they came out and they supported our team. It made a huge difference, and you can really see that the players really appreciated it, and I think it made a difference in their game.
Well, they certainly done.
Hi, Matt. Congrats.
Wow, what a mob scene. What
Oh my
about the
gosh, it was
interviews?
crazy. I
Yeah,
think
I'm excited to listen to your interviews.
I have a clip there with Chot. I don't know if we can play it now. After Malaysia and Indonesia.
Yeah, well, we all know that the big test really is Indonesia, but we cannot look past Malaysia because we've been watching them. They've been very... Yung Malaysia, naglaro sa atin yun, di ba? Sa atin nagpatigas yun. Eh. They played in the Philippines and we really like the way they play. And so, like I said, we're not... mild sprain, we'll take a look. Sana hindi mamaga tonight. You know naman that one, di ba, Diane? It manifests the day next day. So, third D, twisted, and si Lebron, may naapakan siya, di ba? So, that comes out the next day. So, we'll take a look at it overnight. We'll monitor. It's good we have no game tomorrow, so they can rest. And then, I think we were able to keep our cool. We knew it was going to be a wild gym. because of the crowd. So we talked about it, and it's exactly what happened. But in the end, it's just the ability of the experience of the players, I think.
Coach, quickly, kumusta?
Okay, so Coach Chot was mentioning that Francis Lopez and 30 Ravenna got injured in that game against Vietnam. So it's good that we have a rest day today. And tomorrow, they may or may not play. Depending on how the game goes, I feel that Coach Chot might even rest either 30 or Francis or
Right,
both,
right.
just to make sure that they're prepared and ready to go against Indonesia. But just the same, Dayan, I've been doing a little bit of research about Malaysia, and the last time the Philippines lost a game in the Southeast Asian Games for men's basketball was in 1997 to Malaysia.
Oh, wow.
And the only two times that the Philippines did not win the gold medal in the Southeast Asian Games for men's basketball was to Malaysia.
We
And
love,
that happened in 1989 and 1979. So traditionally, Malaysia is our nemesis.
That's
But we have
true,
won
no? Parang I remember
yeah,
that.
yeah, and we've won 51 straight games now in the Southeast Asian Games. So we're not looking past Malaysia. We're not taking them lightly. Remember, Malaysia took Thailand to overtime before losing, and they're coming off 2 straight wins. They're actually playing Vietnam right now, and they're losing. So it looks like they will be going to the game against Gilas tomorrow with a loss and a record of 2-3 against the Philippines' record of 4-0. And we also prepared some graphics for you concerning Gilas. We want to be able to show that to you right now. First, a summary of the games of Gilas. Well, before that, here's the average winning margin of Gilas, 37.5 points, but our three-point shooting is only 24.7%. Now, that has to improve for us to be able to be competitive in terms of beyond Southeast Asian Games. That has to be about at least 35%. Our free throw percentage is also not bad, 71.6%, but that should be up to about 75% if we're going to compete in the FIBA Asia Cup and even in the World Cup. But Junmar Fajardo is number one in terms of points and rebounds for our team, 16.5 points average, 12 rebounds a game. And surprisingly, Francis Lebron Lopez is the second leading scorer, 15.6 points. And he just turned 19, Dayan. That's amazing. Okay, now we have another
Yeah,
slide.
June.
Yeah. Please go ahead, Dayan.
No, Junmar last night was really key in the game versus Vietnam. He was taking all the rebounds and just making all the follow-up shots. And LeBron has been playing well since day one. And yeah, I did. His first win against Cambodia was his birthday. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yes, it
So
was. Yes,
he's
it
he's,
was.
he's really psyched. So he just turned 19, right? What a
Yes,
guy,
yes. Amazing. He has signed a contract to turn pro with Overtime Elite, which is in Atlanta. So he will be leaving for the States pretty soon. But previously, we saw that slide where we gave you a summary of the game results involving Gilas. Here it is again. So we beat Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, and Vietnam. And as we mentioned, the average winning margin was 37.5 points. But we beat Thailand only by 3.
Yeah.
We're expecting a tough challenge from Malaysia, but I think the boys will be up for the task. And that's basketball for you. And it's amazing, Dayan, that you were able to catch that Vietnam game, even starting the third period, so you could feel the basketball fever inside the stadium.
Yeah, I'm so
Okay,
happy actually that I was able to make that game.
Uh-huh.
I came from the tennis in the morning, and then the boxing. Of course, I had to go because, that was the first day of the semifinals. It was quite far, and then it was just fortunate that our driver was able to speed it up, and we made it to the basketball game because that atmosphere was really something else. We talk about the passionate Filipino fans, Kinito. I
Uh-huh.
think the Vietnamese fans can rival us in terms
Wow.
of like cheering for their team.
Mhm.
Wow, super bilib ako. So But yeah, it really made for a good atmosphere, and of course, we're happy that we won.
Okay, here's a question from Chris Telasiong. The Dean, makakalaro po ba si Marquise Bolden versus Gilas? He has not played a game yet. Indonesia has a game tomorrow against Vietnam. That might be the first game of Marquise Bolden. If he doesn't play tomorrow, I really have a suspicion that he will be unveiled in the game against
Right.
Gilas. We all know Marquise Bolden is a former Cleveland Cavaliers player. He's 6'10", he's long, he's quick, he's tall, and he will be a tough nut to crack when we face him. But Coach Shotre has said he's got Mo Tautua waiting to match up against him. So
Right.
whether he plays or not, Gilas is going to be ready to take that gold medal. Okay, from EGV Tele-Updates, for example po, nanalo ng gold medal yung basketball team natin. Ilang gold medal po count nun? Sa lahat po ba lineup or as a whole team? Naku, thank you po ulit. No, that just counts for one gold medal.
One
sayang nga, no?
gold in basketball, just one.
Yeah,
But I
sayang
think
nga
you
daw
might
yan,
can
no?
take the
Sana
women's
12.
gold also, di ba?
Yeah, iisa lang gold medal yon. But later on, Diane and I are going to give you an update of the latest medal tally and how far we are from third place because we've dropped down from number 3 to number 5, pero lumalaban pa tayo. At we've made a count of how many sports are still to be played tomorrow and on Sunday. There are 23 sports still to be played. And out of those 23 sports, the Philippines got gold medals in 12 of them in 2019. So we've got a fighting chance. And Diane is going to tell us a little bit about our medal chances. But before anything else, Diane, I'm sure you'll want to talk about tennis.
Well, yeah, tennis, we have a sure gold medal. That's the good news in the men's doubles
Yes.
event because Jason Patrombon and Nino Alcantara, who won the gold in the 2019 SEA Games, are again into the finals. And they are going to be playing against another Philippine doubles team, Tret Yui and Ruben Gonzalez, who also won today. So it's an all-Filipino final. It's a repeat of the 2019 men's
Oh my
doubles
gosh.
finals. So gold and silver for the Philippines in men's doubles. So that's one additional sure gold for the Philippine delegation coming from tennis. Today, Alex Ayala unfortunately lost in her singles semifinals against Kum Kum of Thailand. So she's going to come away with the bronze medal in the women's singles division. She lost 6-4, 6-1. It was tough. They played on center court. She was up 4-3 in the first set, but Kum Kum just played better and was able to change the momentum and keep it that way even up to the second set. So, but Alex is only 17. She has a lot more years in the SEA Games, and I really want to commend her for playing for the Philippines. She's busy trying to up her world ranking in the WTA circuit, but I could see that she was so happy to be here to play with the team. She was cheering for her teammates in every match. So, good job, Alex, and we'll see you in the next SEA Games.
Diane, who do you think is going to win that gold medal in men's doubles? Is it going to be
Oh my
Jason?
gosh.
Who do you think? Jason or
That's so-
Nino or Ruben and Tret?
You know what? It's anybody's game, especially in
Wow.
doubles. Because last year, in the 2019 SEA Games, of course, Tret and Ruben were expected to win because they have the higher ATP men's ranking. But it was sort of like an upset last year. But Nino, of course, is an excellent doubles player.
Mm-hmm.
It's really anyone's game, especially in doubles. Sometimes it just comes down to a couple of returns and couple of serves in the key points. And in doubles, they play also third set to super tie break. So it just really depends on who's going to be serving better, returning better. I know both of them want it. So
Will you be
it's
there?
gonna be
Will you be
interesting.
there
I'm
to
gonna
watch
try
it?
I'm gonna try to watch it. I'm gonna try to watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
It's at 10 in the morning and it's an hour away, but I'm gonna try to make it because
Well, we're looking forward to your
it
update
should
on
be a
that.
good battle. Oh, I wanted to
Yeah.
say that Tret and Ruben just won a tournament in the US together, so they're
Oh.
up, right? I mean, they're mentally up. And now Nino and Jason haven't played with each other in the last 2 years because Nino is usually traveling and Jason is based in the Philippines. But they've already played 2 matches, so for sure their chemistry is back. So let's see who's serving and returning better tomorrow. That's
Yeah. Now we've
tennis.
got some footage, some videos of tennis that you picked up, Diane, and we want to be able to show that to you now. Some tennis footage from the Southeast Asian
Go
Games.
Philippine tennis! Yay! Video. Video.
Okay,
That was
that's our
actually the
tennis
team.
team.
Yeah, that was actually the whole team when they were visited by Tat Suzara, the president of our volleyball association. As you know, our national association is suspended by the ITF, so we don't have a filter official here. So it's Tat Suzara and Bones Floro who are sort of overseeing the tennis team, along with Chris Cuarto and Zarina, Coach Zarina, who are the coaches for the men's and women's team. So that was the visit of
Okay.
Tats.
Anything else that you have on tennis? Do you have something on Alex or any of the other tennis players on video?
I have, I think I have a lot of video of them playing.
Yeah, I wonder.
Let's see if we can play it now. I have like the ladies doubles. They lost a heartbreaker to Malaysia. The mixed doubles of Alex and Tret, they lost in the semifinals, so they won a bronze medal.
Mhm. But I wonder if we
And
have more footage, or maybe not. Okay. If not, let's go on to our next sport, which is boxing. And for boxing, Diane, we've got 4 fighters in the finals, and Rogen Ladon was a fighter whom you talked to. Let's listen in.
congrats, congrats. Congrats, Roger. Fighting for gold. Roger, kamusta? Pakiramdam?
Okay lang. Sobrang ka.
Parang pagod na hindi pagod, ano?
You know what he was doing in the locker room, like for like 15 to 20 minutes after, he just kept
Uh-huh.
like, like screaming, like letting out the pressure. He was going, he was just like screaming, like letting it all out because he was quite tense. He really wanted to win, and he was just so happy that he's into the gold medal fight. Now Rogen is facing a Vietnamese, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
in the finals. So it's gonna be
So,
tough.
hometowner.
You have
But
to win
remember,
decisively.
yes, Ladon was an Olympian. He participated in the 2016 Rio Olympics, but in the Tokyo Olympics, he gave up his slot to Carlo Paalam, who went on to win the silver. But this time, it's Carlo's turn to train Rogen. So, nagpapalit-palitan sila, no? And Ladon is there. He's gonna give it his all to win a gold medal for us. And may tanong dito si Roland Hugado, but wala po si Carlo Paalam. Nagkaroon ng adjustment sa weight categories. So we could only send a flyweight fighter. Wala na kasing light flyweight sa Southeast Asian Games. So it was either Carlo or Rogen Ladon. And sabi ko nga kanina, nagpapalit-palitan lang ng dalawa. And they're helping each other out. So okay, that's boxing. And now, the big news, of course. Diane, Heidelyn Diaz.
Oh
What
yeah.
an amazing performance. Tell us about it.
Before the competition, you could feel the intensity in the weightlifting venue. Of course, Heidelyn was the super favorite, but we all know that Thailand was really trying to challenge her. They had the Tanasan, the gold
Mhm.
medalist in the 2016 Olympics in Rio. She was the winner in the 49 kilogram division. She moved up to 55 to challenge Heidelyn here in the Southeast Asian Games. So, you know, like even Monica Puentevela, the president of weightlifting, was saying she would be the girl to watch out for that could
Mhm.
possibly rival Heidelyn in the weightlifting today. But and she actually lifted heavier than Heidelyn in the snatch, 93 kilograms versus 92 for Heidelyn. But then, you know, in the clean and jerk, which is the specialty of Heidelyn, she just pulled away on her first lift, 114, and Tanasan was 110 on her third, so it was a clear win for Heidelin. She tried to go for 118 and 121 on her second and third just to, you know, break the SEA Games record, but she was not successful. But was just so happy that she won. Bumble Tolentino was there. Everyone was there to witness it. Such a relief for her to win in the Southeast Asian Games. She was saying that it was so hard for her to make weight again at 55 kilograms because she admitted that after winning the Olympics, she'd been so busy with so many engagements and, you know, events to go to that she wasn't really able to continuously train. But she said with the help of her nutritionist, Janet Arrow, who was also here, Julius, her coach, of course, she was able to make it. But she was clearly not in the shape that she was in the Tokyo Olympics. But it was more than enough to win the gold here at the Southeast Asian Games.
Now, we have footage of Heidelyn Diaz that Diane took. Let's see if we can watch Heidelyn Diaz in Hanoi getting that gold medal.
Heidi, congrats!
Thank you.
How did you feel out there? Anong pakiramdam mo dun sa stage?
Kinakabahan ako syempre, pero ayun nga. Kasi for how many months na walang laro, then I have to drop weight. So, good thing Team HG is there and with the support
Yes.
of our SWP President and PSC. So, nakamit natin yung, niniread gusto ko kasi nga gold medalist yung kalaban.
Oo nga eh.
Pero syempre,
Kaya.
Sabi mo, easy lang, di ba? Sabi mo, easy lang with the clean and jerk, mas malakas si
Oo,
Heidi,
lakas
no?
talaga. Kaya I was watching kung ano ang talagang hatak nila. Kaya niya na, alam niya na, may kumpiyansa na siya. 100% kaya niya na. Kaya I always knew na in the end, lulusot pa rin siya. Lulusot pa rin.
That's amazing. Now, we also have the awarding video for weightlifting.
ฟิลิปปินส์เบอร์7ไทยจังหวัดเซาท์กิโลกรัม
The gold medalist and champion of event weightlifting sports at the 41st SEA Games Vietnam 2021 is Miss Heidelyn Diaz Francisco from Philippines.
Đào Hiền Dung cho các vận động viên chúng tôi trân trọng kính mời.
Diane, anong balita? Ikakasal na ba si Heidelyn? Tsaka si
Oh,
Julius?
I know they have a, you know, it's funny, you know, between the two of them, they're mostly focusing on weightlifting, but I think they have a date kasi may designer na siya, si Francis Libiran is doing her gown. So I think they're gonna try to squeeze it. I think I don't know the exact date, but maybe with the Asian Games being postponed, may time na sila to get married. And Heidelyn did say today that these Southeast Asian Games is going to be her jump-off point to start training for the Paris 2024 Olympics. She's going to be training for the World Championships and then try to participate in the tournaments that she needs to be able to qualify again for the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Wow, that's amazing. What a story, Diane. Another eventful day for you in Hanoi, covering the Southeast Asian Games. And right now, let's give our viewers an update on our latest medal tally. And we're going to flash that. Okay, it says Vietnam is the runaway overall leader at 163 golds. Thailand is number 2. We have fallen to number 5 with 42 gold medals, but we need to update that because it's actually 43. We were able to get 3 gold medals today, and Diane is going to tell us a little bit about those 3 gold medals. We've seen Heidelyn Diaz. She won 1 gold. And Diane, who were the other 2 gold medalists from for the Philippines today?
Today we won a gold in esports in the
Mhm.
Mobile Legends Bang Bang event. That was Team Seaball. And then also we won a gold in judo in the 66 kilogram category in the men's division. Nakano took home the gold for us. So we have 3 gold medals today. And for tomorrow, we have one sure gold in tennis, and we have
Yeah.
2 sure golds in billiards, Kinito, because we have 2 Filipinos fighting in the 10 ball. It's a repeat of the 9 ball in the men's division, Chua versus Carlo Biado. And then in the women's division, we have Rubilen Amit fighting Cheska Centena in the women's 9 ball final. So we have two
Okay, so
sure
that's
golds
three.
in
Three
billiards.
sure golds.
Three sure
Yeah,
golds.
3 sure golds. And this is the list of our gold medalists for today. As you mentioned, Diane, Nakano in judo, Heidelyn for weightlifting, and Seaball Mobile Legends, Bang Bang. So we're up to 43 gold medals now, plus 3 sure golds tomorrow. That'll boost us up to 46. Then we've got 2 basketballs coming up, and then we've got 4 boxing finalists. And maybe we can get a few more golds along the way. Maybe in weightlifting, as I mentioned, there are still 23 sports that will be played tomorrow and Sunday. And out of those 23 sports, we did win gold medals in 12 of them in 2019. Now, do we have a list of our silver medalists for today? Okay, these are our silver medalists, Diane. Got someone in judo, again, Pabulayan, and Carlo Bubinaang from, Vovinam. That's a surprise. We were able to get a silver medal in Vovinam, which is a Vietnamese martial art that was not in the calendar of 2019. So this is a surprise, Diane.
Yeah, it's a martial art here that Vietnam added to the lineup of games. As you know, the host country has the prerogative to include some sports that are, I guess, where they're strong. We did that when the games were in Manila. We added arnis. There's no arnis here, so Bovinam is one of those martial arts that are quite popular here in Vietnam. So yeah, that's a good result for us, a
Yeah.
silver medal. We actually have so many silver medals na maraming sayang, pero ganun talaga.
Now, we
Sa
also have a
Southeast
list of our
Asian Games.
bronze medalists for today. Let's flash that on your screens. Okay, we've got 82 bronze medals so far. And for today, karate delivered a bronze in women's team kumite. Janelle Freina for chess. Jasmine Alcalde got a bronze in swimming. The women's 100-meter butterfly. Jasmine has competed in 3 Olympics so far. And Megumi Delgado Kurayoshi in judo. So those are our bronze medalists. And let's hope that the medals keep on coming. We've got 2 more days to go, starting tomorrow and ending on Sunday. We're still in a tight race for that
I
third
thought
place finish.
I talked to President Bumble today after the weightlifting, and he said in the last 2 days he was counting hopefully at least 10 more gold medals for the
Wow.
Philippines.
Oh, that
So
would be wonderful.
he's being optimistic. Yeah, we're still fighting for third place, and yeah, hopefully a strong finish for the Filipinos here in Vietnam. It's been really tough, the conditions are, well, very challenging, but hats off to our athletes who are really trying their best.
Yeah, because of the pandemic, Congressman Bumble Tolentino, our POC president, did mention that kulang yung training, kulang sa overseas exposure, but nobody's giving any excuses. We went there to fight. We are fighting, and whatever the results are, we will accept. If we're good in winning, we're also good in losing. But when we lose, we learn from those losses, and we come back better.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. And, one thing with our Filipino athletes, talagang kahit matalo, like in all the sports that I've seen, even if it's a bronze or a silver, it's still so well deserved because they really give it their 100% to the best of their ability. Kahit kulang sa training, kahit um, difficult conditions, one thing 100% sure, the heart is always there, the will to win, and yung pride when we win. Talaga, whether it's gold, silver, or bronze, we salute our Philippine athletes and thank them for their dedication and representation of our country.
That's amazing. And we have a comment here from Cruise TV. Hi, Sir Dean and Ma'am Diane, watching from Montreal. Nice to see you here.
Canada.
Yeah, and here's something from Gerald Opda. Sir, may chance pa ba tayo maka number 3? Well, we're hoping, as Diane said, Congressman Bambol Tolentino, our Philippine Olympic Committee president, is hoping to get maybe at least 10 more gold medals before the games end on Sunday. From Butch Bustria, grabe ang dami Viet fans ni Efren Bata Reyes of Vietnam. Diane,
Oh,
you reported that, and you caught actually that Vietnamese fan with a charcoal portrait of
yeah, it was
Efren. He
amazing.
asked you to have it signed, and you did it for him.
Oh,
You
I
got
had to
Efren
because
Yeah.
wow, you could see he was almost crying, pleading because they put a barricade eh. Hinarang nila talaga yung security. They were so strict. They wouldn't let the Vietnamese fans go near Efren. So kasi nung first day medyo nadumog na siya. So he's a little bit, I mean he's 67. So yeah, I was happy to do it, and you could just see their admiration for Efren Batareas was like wow, something that I was really proud of. And I think Efren was also super surprised. Pero kaya sabi niya gusto niya bumalik dito sa Vietnam. Marami
So he's
atang
still the magician.
invitation. Maraming
All over the world,
invitation
he's
sa
still
kanya.
known as the magician. Here's something from EGV Tele-Updates. Laglag na po ba tayo sa volleyball, both men's and women's teams? Diane, it looks like
Yeah,
it's not good.
yeah.
It's not good for our volleyball teams.
We didn't medal. We didn't medal in the men's and women's indoor volleyball. I believe we took a bronze in the
Yes,
women's beach
women's
volleyball.
beach. And well, we're still hopeful that in the succeeding SEA Games, volleyball gets back on track. From Jerry Alas, sa boxing, fighting for gold medal, si Yumir Marshall. Salamat po. Yes, Yumir is fighting for the middleweight gold medal, and we're hoping for the best. Yumir, Rogen Ladon, Irish Magno will be fighting, and who else? And Ian Clark Bautista. So those are
Ian
4
Clark
finalists
Bautista,
for
yeah.
boxing. Yeah. But Diane, what about Irish Magno? Tell us about her journey in the Southeast Asian Games. Remember, we said 4 fighters in the Tokyo Olympics. Irish Magno was the only one who failed to get a medal. And now she's in the finals in the Southeast Asian Games. Tell us about her journey and how she has been able to come back from that Tokyo disaster.
After the Tokyo Olympics, I could see that, of course, syempre, medyo malungkot siya because she wasn't able to medal. She was the only one that didn't win a medal. But talagang determined siya na makabawi dito. Kanina, after she won that semifinals, she was so happy in the locker room. She was saying, Ma'am, babawi talaga ako dito, babawi. Of course, Southeast Asian Games compared to Olympics is different, but still to be able to compete now for the gold medal is going to be something that she really wants to. She's gonna fight that Vietnamese, tall Vietnamese that won today. Sabi nga niya, very rough, medyo magulang, lumaro. So they know her, and I spoke to Coach Don Abnet. They said that they have prepared a strategy, but it's gonna be tough because nga the crowd, of course, is gonna be behind the taller Vietnamese, and Irish really has to score a decisive win to be able to win. And wow, there's nothing more that she would want to than to win the gold here in the Southeast Asian Games para naman makabawi. Kasi also for Nesty na natalo dito in the semifinals. So tomorrow rest day for boxing, and then all the boxing finals are going to be held on Sunday. See, Yumir,
Right.
almost sure. I mean, he's way above in terms of skill against his opponent. But yon, si Rogen Ladon and
Bautista.
si Irish are going to be competing against Vietnamese. Si Bautista naman, medyo feeling niya kaya niya Myanmar. She's fighting a boxer from Myanmar, which he feels he has the edge, but syempre hindi rin nakakasiguro.
Here's a question from Tanfu, watching from Taiwan. The Dean, what's your Dean's list for Gilas to win over Indonesia? That's that's a tough question. I'm not really looking past Malaysia, so I have a Dean's list for Malaysia, and I'll reveal that tomorrow during the basketball coverage. But for Indonesia, that's a big mystery because we don't know whether Marquise Bolden will be playing. Indonesia's offense and defense will revolve around that NBA veteran, and we have to be prepared to match his size, his power inside, and also his all around ability. I think we've got what it takes. I think we've got depth. I feel that we need to improve our 3-point shooting, but if we're able to play up tempo, our pressure defense should be able to give us a lot of turnovers and transition points. And that I think is the key. If we play good defense, then the offense will follow. And from Ado Olaco TV, go, 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 Gilas Pilipinas. And from Crystal Aslong the Dean, ano po sa tingin ang problema ng volleyball at hindi man lang maka-podium finish? Well, medyo nag-cramming sila, no, Dayan? Pinadala ni Tat Suzara, who's the Federation President, yung ating women's indoor volleyball team to Brazil for 2 weeks. And then he also sent our women's beach volleyball team to Australia for also 2 weeks. But, I guess it's really not enough. We just didn't have the kind of long-term training that you need to be able to make a dent in Southeast Asia because we have powerhouses in Southeast Asia in women's volleyball as well as in men's volleyball. What do you think, Diane?
Well, the women's team, they trained for 15 days in Brazil. But our Southeast Asian counterparts, sabi nga nila, are clearly ahead, especially Thailand. They have a very active professional league. They started much earlier during the COVID pandemic. They restarted their pro league earlier, so they're much sharper than our team. And of course, Indonesia and also Vietnam also started much earlier than the Philippines. If you remember, matagal na wala yung volleyball. We were able to have one PVL season lang, and then that training in Brazil. So we had a lot of catching up to do. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way. It was kulang pa. But you can be sure na Tats, is going to be going all out next month, June. We have an international volleyball competition happening in the Philippines. The girls are, they really tried their best. We haven't won a medal since 2005, I believe, in women's volleyball. So I think with the program of the Volleyball Association now, and hopefully we're over the COVID situation, they should be building on what they have started.
And remember, the Federation of Volleyball has just actually been reactivated. And Tatsuzara was just recently empowered to be the president of the federation. So, it's a journey, but we're hoping that there will be something at the end of the rainbow. Here's another question. Ask ko lang po sa women's volleyball indoor team, yung kapatid ni Jaja, si Dindin Manabat, bawal pa ba siya magsama sa game? Hindi naman bawal. I thought that the coach just made his choices as to who would go to Hanoi to represent our country. But we're hoping that Dindin and Jaja will team up again in the future because that combination is deadly. Those Santiago sisters are a class of their own. From Pinas 420, lutong Vietnamese po nangyari sa laban ni Petesios versus Vietnam. Well, Diane was there and she felt the scoring was a little bit questionable. Nesty Petesio was an Olympic silver medalist, yet she lost in the semifinals, settling for the bronze in Hanoi. Diane, what do you say about that comment?
Well, Yumir Marshall felt that the fight should have gone the way of Nesty. In fact, Nesty herself said, when she saw the score of the second round, it was all 10-9 for all the 5 judges for her opponent, and she felt she won that round. We all felt she won that round. Ed Bixon also felt that she won that round. The first round, medyo close, but it was 10-9, 3 judges, and then the other 2 gave it to Nesty. So in the third round, Nesty, you could see, was really trying to go for the knockout lang, but wala, it was too far ahead. And when she didn't get the knockout, for sure, ano, wala na yan. So, pero parang Nesty accepted it na rin, and she said that's just the way things bounce in boxing sometimes.
Yeah. Here's a question from Glenn Rios, or rather a comment. Good match up po ba ang Indonesia versus Philippines sa basketball? Ano po sa inyo sa laban na to? Well, it's going to be a challenge. Indonesia is also undefeated. They will be facing Vietnam tomorrow, the same day that we will be facing Malaysia. We expect both countries to go to the gold medal game on Sunday undefeated. Indonesia will likely unveil ang kanilang NBA veteran na si Marquise Bolden. First time na mapapanood natin si Bolden in action. So he is a mystery for us. How quickly we'll be able to solve that mystery is the big question. But I have trust, faith, and confidence in Coach Chotres as well as our Gilas team that we will get the gold. Ask ko lang po, ano po sa inyo sa mga babash kay Chotres dahil sa bad coaching niya? Hindi naman bad coaching eh. You know, you have to understand that Gilas really formed this team with very minimum training time. Kukunti lang. Hindi sila nakapunta abroad. Kulang nga ang tune-up game nila. But, you know, you have to hand it to Coach Chotres because he's doing a great job. This is the start of his re-journey. This is his, I don't know, third time already to be the national coach. Let's give him some time. Let's be patient. And Coach Shot has brought us to the World Cup in 2014. He brought us to the finals of the 2013 FIBA Asia Cup. So marami na siyang nagawa para sa ating bayan. Let's give him time to be able to recover. And plus, I think it's going to be a gold medal in the Southeast Asian Games for Gilas. And Diane, again, we want to thank you so much for all the hard work that you do in Hanoi, going from one venue to another, many of them hours apart. You're there inside your van, just making sure that we get the show off and running so that our viewers can appreciate what you're doing out there in Hanoi. It's, as usual, a great job of reporting and giving us updates and telling us what's happening behind the scenes in Hanoi. And finally, here's something from Obyak's World. Is it true po na ang next SEA Games is next year sa Cambodia? Yes, totoo po yan. Cambodia will be hosting the next Southeast Asian Games. And that'll be
next year na,
yes.
2023. So next year, we're going to have the SEA Games and the Asian Games in 1 year. Another interesting year.
Yeah, it's because of the pandemic. Actually, this Southeast Asian Games in Hanoi should have been held last year. And as we know, the Southeast Asian Games are held once every 2 years. So, medyo nagka-catch up po tayo sa calendar. Another one from to enter your name. Mabuhay po kayo, sir at ma'am. Wow, thank you very much. And thank you for watching the show.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ito, may pahabol si James Patrick Morden. 2 more win for Gilas. Go for gold. Watching from Abu Dhabi. Thank you for the sports updates from Naptol Rap. Not about the SEA Games, but the Dean. Inaabangan ko po yung Kai Soto interview. How soon ba yun? Okay. Kai Soto's exclusive interview, we've got that for you on Wednesday. On Wednesday, it will be shown, and it's the only interview that he granted, Diane. You weren't in town at that time, but we were able to get Kai Soto to answer pretty hard questions, especially about his NBA dreams. Yeah. And so we will have
so
that
exciting,
for you
super exciting.
on Wednesday, where we've got the footage, we've got the okay from the Kai Soto team and Smart Sports that collaborated to make this interview possible. And they have given us the go signal to air the entire interview on PlayitRight TV. And we'll be the only ones to air the entire interview because my understanding is this interview will be cut up into several segments and shown on different platforms. So we want to be able to thank Iswas Private, the management team of Kai Soto. We want to thank Kai Soto. We also want to thank everyone involved in Kai Soto's sponsorship, especially Smart Sports, Jude Torquato, for making that happen. And Diane, again, thank you so much for all the
Thank you.
updates and
It's
all the
been so
reporting.
fun. Yeah, it's so nice to be around the athletes and around the sports. So God bless our Philippines. Last 2 days now of competition. Strong finish,
Yes.
Philippines.
And our next episode will be on Sunday evening. Tapos na yung Southeast Asian Games by that time. So we will know what will be our final standing in the medal tally. And Diane, again, will be there reporting from Hanoi to tell us what went on. Maybe a summary of the entire Southeast Asian Games and how the Philippines fared. So until then, again, don't
Thank you,
forget to like and
everybody. See you
subscribe.
next time.
And
Like and
thank you
subscribe.
also for the sponsorship and the support of the Sona Group for ASICS, and PlayitRight.com is the site for you to go to so you can get your sports equipment, the molten basketballs, the ASICS shoes and apparel, and the butterfly tennis equipment, all the things that you are dreaming of to get the Mueller sports medical equipment set in it's always cool in blue when you're on PlayitRight.com. And again, this is Kinito Henson thanking you for watching PlayitRight TV. And Diane from Hanoi.
God bless. See you next time. Mabuhay, Philippines. Maraming salamat. Thank you for watching PlayitRight TV. See you, Kinito.